What if football was invented in ancient Greece? Day 1. You kick a ball for the first time in human history, and nobody knows what to think. Day 5. The locals are trying to copy you. They're terrible at it. Day 10. You start drawing up the very first rules of the game. Day 15. The first real match just happened, and Socrates won't stop commentating. Day 20. The whole amphitheater is packed just to watch. Day 25. The elders crown you as the inventor of the greatest game ever made. Day 30. Every street in the city is playing the game you created. What if YouTube was invented in ancient Greece? Day 1. You upload the very first video in human history, and nobody has any idea what they're looking at. Day 5. A small crowd is already gathering around this glowing stone tablet. Day 10. Socrates won't stop explaining it to everyone he meets. Day 15. You just went viral in front of an entire amphitheater. Day 20. The philosophers are calling it dangerous. Socrates disagrees. Day 25. The elders crown you as the inventor of something the world will never forget. Day 30. Every window in the city is glowing with your invention. What if someone opened the first gym in ancient Greece? Day 1. You set up the very first gym in history, and Socrates has no idea what to make of it. Day 5. Your first client can barely lift the stone weight. Socrates watches, unimpressed. Day 10. There's a whole group training now. Even Socrates is trying to keep up. Day 15. Word has spread. This is officially the place to be in ancient Greece. Day 20. The officials show up asking questions. Socrates vouches for you. Day 25. The elders honor you with a laurel wreath. Day 30. You just built the most popular place in all of ancient Greece. What if you were invisible for 30 days? Day 1. You wake up and realize people are walking straight through you. Day 5. You start testing the limits, messing with things, just to see reactions. Day 10. Sneaking around has never been this easy. Day 15. The novelty is wearing off. Being unseen is starting to feel lonely. Day 20. Someone almost bumps into you in a dark alley, and it terrifies you. Day 25. You're standing in a room full of people, and not one of them knows you exist. Day 30. You wake up, and for the first time in a month, someone finally sees you. What would happen if you became best friends with Socrates for 30 days? Day 1. You meet Socrates for the first time, and he immediately starts asking you questions. Day 5. You're starting to understand how his mind works. Day 10. Your first real philosophical debate together. Day 15. You're sharing meals and laughing like old friends. Day 20. A crowd turns against him, and you step in to defend him. Day 25. He tells you something that changes how you see everything. Day 30. You say goodbye to the wisest friend you've ever had. What if Nikola Tesla ended up in ancient Greece? Day 1. Tesla wakes up confused, surrounded by ancient Greek architecture he's never seen before. Day 5. He starts building something out of wires and clay. The Greeks have no idea what's coming. Day 10. He just demonstrated electricity for the first time in human history. Day 15. Scholars are traveling from across Greece just to hear him speak. Day 20. The officials call it sorcery. Tesla calls it science. Day 25. The elders finally honor him as one of their own. Day 30. His invention now lights up the entire city of Athens. What if you started selling burgers in ancient Egypt? Day 1. You set up your burger cart and nobody has any idea what's happening. Day 5. Your first customer is terrified, but he tries it anyway. Day 10. There's a line now. A real line. In ancient Egypt. Day 15. You're basically a local celebrity at this point. Day 20. The officials want answers. Socrates steps in to defend you. Day 25. The pharaoh himself wants to try your burger. Day 30. They built a statue of your burger.
What if school had never existed? Minute 1. No school is built. A construction worker shrugs, goes home early. Best Monday of his life. 1 week. Children wake up. No alarm, no backpack. They stare at the ceiling. Nobody knows what to do with this. 1 month. Kids learn things by touching them. A stove, a beehive, a cactus, faster than any textbook. 1 year. Nobody has homework. Family dinners are pleasant. Parents don't know what to yell about. Marriages improve by 40%. 5 years. A child discovers math by dividing candy unevenly. Another learns physics by falling off a roof. 10 years. No one has sat through a 45-minute PowerPoint about the water cycle. Humanity is thriving. 20 years. Adults can't remember what a pop quiz feels like. They sleep soundly every single night. 50 years. Historians note a curious happiness gap. A generation that simply never feared Mondays. Someone writes a book about it. Nobody assigns it as required reading.
What if you woke up as Socrates in ancient Egypt? Day 1. You wake up in ancient Egypt with no idea how you got here. Day 5. You still can't understand a single word they're saying. Day 10. You start teaching them how to think like Socrates. Day 15. Crowds are gathering just to hear you speak. Day 20. The pharaoh himself wants to meet you. Day 25. They start calling you a wise man. Day 30. You've become a legend in ancient Egypt.
What would happen if internet disappeared for you for 30 days? Day 1, your phone becomes dead weight. You refresh the same screen 10 times, nothing loads. Group chats vanish, maps disappear, silence feels wrong. Day 3, your body starts changing. Your eyes hurt less, you sleep deeper. For the first time in years, your brain isn't glowing. At 2 a.m., day 7, people stop staring at screens. Cafes sound louder, neighbors actually talk. You walk places without headphones. The world feels strangely exposed. Day 14, panic turns into habit. You memorize directions, buy paper books, watch sunsets. You used to scroll past. Your hands stop reaching for a phone that can't save you. Day 30, something shifts in your head. Your attention comes back. Your thoughts feel slower, clearer, and then the terrifying part hits you. You're not sure you want the internet back anymore.
What if the World Cup was held in ancient Egypt and Socrates was the referee? Day 1. The tournament begins between the pyramids. Day 5. Socrates is already confused by his own rulebook. Day 10. He just made the most controversial call of the tournament. Day 15. The crowd has never seen anything like this before. Day 20. A dispute breaks out between two pharaohs' representatives. Day 25. The golden trophy has arrived. The final is near. Day 30. Socrates crowns the champions of ancient Egypt. What if you tried printing your own money? Day 1. You find an old printer and decide to try something incredibly stupid. Day 5. Your first fake bill looks actually terrible. Day 10. You try to spend it. The cashier is not convinced. Day 15. You've printed hundreds of bills. Paranoia is setting in. Day 20. There are sirens outside. This was a mistake. Day 25. You're running. There's no turning back now. Day 30. Welcome to prison. At least you kept one souvenir.
What will happen if fucking Socrates dies? Day 1. Everyone is happy. Philosophical debates suddenly drop by about 70%. People answer questions immediately instead of thinking for hours. Day 3. People begin to miss philosophical debates. Young philosophers try arguing, but do it badly. Someone says, damn, he was actually useful. But days and months pass. It seems people have returned to normal life. The name Socrates is no longer mentioned in conversations. 1 year passes. Night envelops the city. Suddenly, a bright, frightening light appears in the sky. People wake up and pour out onto the streets. Someone says,
"It's a sign from the gods!"
The light in the sky slowly begins to take the shape of a person. And then everyone realizes one horrifying thing. It's the fucking ghost of the fucking Socrates. He says,
"If you mistook Socrates for God, can you mistake God for Socrates?"
In response, he's simply sucked into a vacuum cleaner.
What if you never went to the toilet? Day 1. The pressure is screaming. Your bladder is at capacity, and the sphincter muscles are clamped tight. You are fighting a war against your own reflexes. It burns. Day 3. The urge vanishes, replaced by a toxic, heavy dread. Your kidneys try to filter blood, but there's nowhere for the waste to go. It backs up. You are poisoning yourself from the inside out. Day 7. You look 6 months pregnant. Your colon is stretching like a balloon, pressing hard against your spine. The pain is blinding. You aren't digesting food anymore. You're hoarding decay. Day 14, fecal vomiting. Your body is desperate to purge. Bacteria leaks into your bloodstream. Fever spikes. You are becoming a walking biological hazard. Day 21, toxic delirium. Your intestines have expanded to the size of car tires' medical megacolon. Organs are crushed, lungs compressed. Every breath is a struggle against the weight of your own waste. Day 30, rupture. The walls give way. Sepsis floods your system instantly. You didn't just survive the hold. You became a living, ticking time bomb that just detonated.